What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ace, back with another gameplay video, man. As you guys can see on the screen, I was about to jump back into some Final Fantasy VII Remake, but we have a little problem. Now, for those of you who have been following Final Fantasy VII Remake, this game is it's about a year old, and I started the game pretty late because I'm not really a Final Fantasy VII fan. Now, the reason why I've been playing through this series is because I wanted to first and foremost experience the game and to give a honest opinion on what I thought of the game. Now, the reason why I was doing that is because I truly believe in my heart that Final Fantasy VII is an overrated series in the Final Fantasy universe. Everyone says it's the best Final Fantasy. I don't think it is. I personally feel that Final Fantasy X is the best Final Fantasy ever to be created. It's my personal favorite. I think it's the greatest game of all time, and that's just my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. So, we've come across a roadblock here with Final Fantasy VII Remake. It seems that the final chapter, which is chapter 18, is all blocked scene. I read a couple of Reddit posts and read a couple of articles, and a lot of people who have played the game last year up until now still have the same issue of the entire chapter 18 being blocked. So unfortunately, I will not be completing the game on the channel for you guys because of that reason. For me to, give you guys the entire gameplay playthrough, I would have to play chapter 18, which I can't. So right now, I'm just gonna give you my opinion on what I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is and how I enjoyed it thus far. So I was able to play 17 chapters of the game, and I'm going to tell you guys what I thought about the gameplay, what I thought about the graphics, what I thought about the character chemistry, what I thought about, or what I think about, I should say, just the game overall. So, all right, let's start with the graphics, because it is a remake that was remade for the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. I played it on the PS5, so the graphics, phenomenal. I give it a 10 out of 10 when it comes to the graphics. I think Square Enix did a terrific job in remaking the game from ground up compared to its PS1 version. 10 out of 10 graphics. Gameplay wise was really fun. But as I mentioned before, some of you may have heard or not, they took a lot of the gameplay mechanics from Final Fantasy 15. The switching of characters, the screen, pausing, while you do or select abilities from the list. So it took a lot of the gameplay mechanics from Final Fantasy 15, which is my second favorite Final Fantasy game. So gameplay definitely gets a 10 out of 10. Only because it reminds me of 15, right? I just gotta keep saying that. And let's see, character chemistry. With this remake, I want to say the game felt rushed. The character chemistry, my favorite character in this Final Fantasy VII universe is Tifa, right? So I feel like, it gets a 5 out of 10 because there was chemistry, but it wasn't a chemistry that left a lasting impression on me. The storyline was good, but it could have been great. Now, I don't know. I did not play the original Final Fantasy VII. I don't know how much of the story they took from 7. I know a lot of things changed from the PS1 version, but they, obviously added in new things with this PS4 remake. So, like I said, the character chemistry gets a 5 out of 10. The characters are likable, but they're not enjoyable. I feel like Cloud, being the main protagonist, he doesn't talk much, and that's fine. That's his personality. Barrett is very talkative. I wish the entire team was like that. Tifa, very talkative. Airy, somewhat talkative, but you know, 5 out of 10 for character chemistry. The storyline, it gets a 3 out of 10. Everything in this first part. Now, keep in mind, the Final Fantasy VII Remake will be in multiple parts, but I'm just gonna play through this first part, giving you guys my impression. Like I said, the storyline took place in the first part of this remake in Midgard, Cloud's hometown, Tifa's hometown, and we touched on a little bit of Shinra. We found out what the Shinra Corporation is about. We found out about, you know, Cloud and Tifa, where they're from, the slums. I think it was Sector 7. So the storyline, it didn't keep my, you know, it didn't keep my attention. It was just standard story. You're trying to take down an evil corporation who wants to use the Mako energy in a negative way. We met Sephiroth. I'm kind of, you know, upset that I didn't get to fight him in the ending of the game, currently in chapter 18, because of the blocked scene. But Sephiroth was just, you know, playing mind games with Cloud the entire game since I've been playing, and you know, it's their relationship is really, it annoys me because it's like, you know, Sephiroth is leading Cloud on, come and find me, face me, you know. I think he even wants Cloud to join him, but Cloud is like, no, like, you know, what you have planned is not what I'm with. I don't want to do that. So, you know, storyline was mediocre. It's not anything to go, wow, you know, oh my god, oh magnificent. People made a big deal about it. Now, I think it was all nostalgia. If you played Final Fantasy VII back in the day on PS1, I think that's where the nostalgia comes from. You know, and once again, to each its own. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own favorite Final Fantasy, but to me the storyline was just like blah. You know, there was action in the game. The summons looked great, although I only got a chance to play with Shiva and Ifrit. And what's with that? Like, was I supposed to do side missions to get Ramu and all the other summons, Bahamut, Leviathan? I didn't get any of those guys. I only got Shiva and Ifrit. So that's another thing. I didn't do most of the side missions. I pretty much just played through the main storyline for you guys, just so I could wrap up the game and give my final thoughts, which is what I'm doing now. So maybe that's my fault, but I digress. The game was, you know, overall, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, I'm gonna be fair. It's still a Final Fantasy title. I did enjoy it, you know, but it's not. It did not live up to the hype that everyone made it out to be. It just didn't, and that's how I feel. Either you can rock with my opinion or not. It's my opinion. And 7 definitely is not better than 10, Final Fantasy 10 or Final Fantasy 15. I just don't see it. You know, but like I said, it may be nostalgia for those who have beaten it on PS1, and I respect that. You know, you like what you like. I like what I like. So, you know, no one can tell me differently. I shouldn't be able to tell you differently, you know. So if you enjoyed Final Fantasy VII on PS1 and you enjoyed this remake on PS4 and you're now enjoying the PS5 version, Final Fantasy VII, the remake integrate with Yuffie, whatever floats your boat, enjoy it, play it. Gaming is about having fun, you know, and but we're still allowed to feel how we feel and have our own opinion. So 7, my final thoughts on 7 Remake. It was, you know, it was a good experience. Could have been better, but you know, like I said, I don't have a strong chemistry or nostalgia to this game and this universe. So, you know, take my opinion for what it is. You know, I really did enjoy the combat. I will say this though, because chapter 18 is blocked and it is the final chapter of the game, I'm gonna beat the game off camera. Obviously I have to, because you guys are not gonna be able to see it, unless I buy like a capture card, like a Elgato capture card where I can record the final chapter. I'm not gonna go through all that. I'm not. I don't play on PC. I don't have a monitor. I play on a 65-inch, you know, smart TV with my PS5, and a DualSense controller. So I'm not about to go through that. I love you guys, I really do, you know, and you guys can also, I don't mind, search, you know, the ending fight chapter 18 on someone else's YouTube. I don't mind, do what you gotta do, you know. But that's my final thought on the game. You know, if you guys agree with me or disagree with me, you guys could leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Smash that like button for your boy. It really does help the channel out, guys. Turn that bell on for post notifications, so when I upload fire-ass videos like the ones you've been watching, you'll be alert when, you know, they go live. So, you know, with that being said, you know, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, this is it. This is it, yo. Like, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed all 17 chapters that I've played for you thus far. And let's wrap up Final Fantasy 15, baby. Let's go. With that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.